welcome to this episode of Survival Guys. Today, me and my sister, wherever she is, she ran off. So she might not be in this video. Okay. You gotta stop doing that. Anyways, me and her are going to be showing you how to set up a basic climbing rope. So you are going to, if you are not using a harness, this is what you'll need. You will need some additional ropes and carabiners if you are making a harness. We did a video about how to make a harness, so make sure you check that out. So what you're going to need, if you're not making a harness, is you're going to need 3 shorter ropes about 2 to 3 feet long. Mine are not all the same color, that doesn't matter, and they're not all exactly 2 to 3 feet long. They're all just roughly the same length as you see here. And then you're going to need a climbing rope. Mine is an 18-foot climbing rope. It's pretty durable for climbing rope. To test if it's good enough, preferably buy it in store because then you can test it. Just basically go on the fibers and like rub your finger, your fingernail, kind of try and pull them apart. Don't work super hard. If it easily like kind of pulls up, it's not a good climbing rope. So this one is good, and then you're gonna need a carabiner. Like I said earlier, if you are making your own climbing harness instead of using a bought one, then you are going to need more shorter ropes and more carabiners. Oh yeah, one thing I should specify, if you're using a harness, you only need like 2 of these shorter ropes. You probably don't need the third one. You need only about 2. Could still use 3, but you only need 2. So how you're going to do this is you are going to start with your climbing rope, and you are going to tie a bowline knot. So let me show you how to tie that. So how you're going to tie this knot is you're going to lay your rope out. So like that. Then here, somewhere in the middle of your rope or wherever you want to tie it, it could be on the end, you're going to form a loop that looks like that. Now take the end to your right, pass it underneath and through the loop, over and underneath the other long strand, and then I have 2 loops, one here and one here. I'm going to pass this thing right here through the top of this loop and pull that tight so that it should look like that. That on the other side. Then you can pull that tight. Now that you have your bowline tied, you are going to make sure that it's pulled nice and tight. Then you're going to throw it up over your branch, or if you're going down a cliff, then make sure that you have it fastened securely onto a tree. I'm going to be putting my rope over a branch because I don't have a cliff around here besides my roof. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put it over this branch on the tree real quick. So now that you have your loop thrown over the branch, you're going to take this opposite end, stick it through the loop, pull that on up there so that it looks like that right there and is attached to your branch or tree. Okay, now it is time for your 2 or 3 ropes, whatever you're using. So you're going to take one of them and tie a square knot. This is pretty simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to place your left strand over your right strand, go down and under, and then do the opposite of that. And what you're left with is a square knot. So you're going to do that. Now, this is the trickier part. you're going to put it around behind like this, then take one end, it doesn't matter, slip it through the other, wrap around the rope, and repeat that process however many times you feel necessary. Do it at least twice. The heavier you are, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but the heavier you are, the more wrappings you're going to want to do. So that this is left like that. And then you are going to repeat the process if you have a harness once more. If you're not using a harness, then twice more. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quickly. So now that I have done that, so one tip, preferably you want to have newer rope like this. This stuff is older and stiff. If you get stiffer or old stiff rope wet and then let it hang out to dry, that often helps. I found that. But this is easier because it is much easier to loosen. Or this is nicer because it's easier to loosen. So this knot is called the Prusik knot. You'll find that when I pull on it, it locks up. When I let it go, I can pull that and slide it along the rope. Hang on it, loosen it, and move it. So if you have a harness, you are going to connect this one to your harness. That's what the carabiner is for. Connect that right there or wherever to your harness. And then you will stick your foot in this one. And then how you're going to work this. For a harness, how you're going to work this is you're going to put yourself up, hang by that. I mean, unless you want to have another one for your hand. While you reach down, loosen your foot, pull that up, put weight on your foot while you move yourself up all the way to the top, or then all the way down. However you're going to do that. You would reverse that process for coming down. So, yeah, that was pretty simple. So hit like, subscribe, and watch our videos over and over. Thanks for watching. This is True Survival, guys.